Finally. I was having trouble going out there for a second. She came in looking like Heidi going to a funeral. Which is making me laugh. Or Princess Leia going to a funeral or something. Because she has a braid going on, but she has it all wrapped around her head. She had like a French braid thing going on. But she's wearing all black today. While Johnny is wearing his typical suit. We're all looking at paperwork together. Well, Amber's looking like she's playing. Looks like she's face to face with a female lawyer wearing white. Opposite her, black. And of course, there's no sound. I don't know because they're having trouble. Because when they first started airing, it was this really annoying beeping sound. So Amber needs new counsel because they fucked up yesterday. They couldn't even get the right name of the cream right. Oh, that should be overturned right away. That whole section for them because due to the fact that that cream was put into evidence, but there was no such thing as the cream. You were thinking about another cream that it's like freaking hot and cold for bruises and swelling but they were calling it by a different name. At that point, that evidence should have been thrown out because they couldn't get their shit straight when it came to that, and they were just going on and on and on about the same damn thing. Talk about going into the damn. If I was the judge, I'd be like, enough with going on and on about the subject. And your point is, and I keep putting to the point is, when in the opening statement, they went on about how Amber was this horse trainer with her father, and this is how she is because of that. And then they said how she met John. They just skipped right over the fact that she was in a lesbian relationship with another woman, and she was abusive to that woman. Why aren't they calling her to the stand? I want to see her at the stand testifying for Johnny. Saying, yeah, I was in a sexual relationship with this woman, and she was abusive to me. Oh, that would blow her whole case out of the water if they get her. Because it will show past, relationships, how she was in past relationships, of her being an abusive bitch. Who always constantly has to have the need to have her way. That she's a narcissist, that she's this and that. I wonder. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's a boring window sound. Come on. Oh, this little BB-8 thing that I got from Amazon. Crazy. Okay. Oh, don't tell me it fell off again. I hear you. Where are you? I fucking hear you. Where are you? Make the noise again. Ah, there you are.
Good morning. All right. The first thing I want to say is I got a call from my mother last night, and my mother-in-law saying, "Why did you have your phone on the bench?" So I want to clear everything up. That was not my phone. That was a call through the computer system because I guess we have an open line for remote witnesses, so that they came through the computer system. Jamie said it was never happened before. Came through the computer system, and she hung up on it. So just for the record, that was not my phone. So I don't need that kind of grief from my mother, all right? Come on. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I think before the jury comes out, we do have one issue with exhibit 548. Plaintiff's exhibit 548, okay? So you had offered it to come into evidence, and I know there was an objection, there's a lot of hearsay on it, and so is there a redacted copy for me, or is that something you have to work through? Okay. Okay, that's fine, Mr. Chair, I think it was for witness, but that's fine. Well, I know it's their exhibit, but you're offering it. And so if you're offering it, you have to redact it to basically, I think it says two. Well, I just wanted to make sure, I know okay, if you could work out the details, so you only one exhibit, so we'll get that at some point today, right? Or even if, I guess, tomorrow when I see you guys, that's fine. Okay, perfect, all right. Anything else preliminary for the jury, Mr. Rottenborn? Yes, that's fine.
Ah. I don't want to. You don't want to. Yeah. cane keeps breaking. Come on, you. Why are these things being bigger? Ah, the cane keeps breaking. No. Cute, isn't he? And I'm also playing. Oh, don't have it on.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your next witness.
Rosie! I'm Punchy.
Live video. Do that 2 seconds earlier. Can you get the screen up? I like to get the screen up before. Ladies and gentlemen, usually try to get the screen up before you because of that, the sound. But we'll get it up for you.
That's the thing, right? Cindy's got that. Mm. I use this thing one again.
What's your current address? Have you ever spoken with Ms. Baxter? When? What was the substance of that conversation? Was it in the past month?
No.
Was it in the past year?
Yeah.
Did you talk about this case?
No.
What did you talk about?
I don't recall.
If you don't recall, how can you recall that you didn't discuss this case? Have you discussed this case in the UK litigation with Mr. Walker?
Yes, I discussed the UK case with Mr. Wood.
What did you discuss about the UK case with Mr. Walker?
Okay. I don't recall. You can pause, please.
No details whatsoever that you recall? Didn't miss it?
You could. Are you on approach? Or are you? I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the video deposition, there are some extra statements that this witness made that aren't part of the video, but it is part of her testimony. So Mr. Rottenborn is just going to read those into the record and for you as well. Okay?
Question: have you spoken with Adam Waldman before? Answer: yes. Question: when was the last time you spoke with him? Answer: I don't recall. Question: how many times have you spoken with him? Answer: I would say somewhere around 10 times total. Question: have you spoken with him in 2022? Answer: yes. Question: what was the substance of that conversation? Answer: friendly banter. Question: about what? Answer: nothing to do with the case at all. Question: what was it about? Answer: we have gotten to know each other. And, I was on vacation. Said Happy New Year. That's it. Question: did you call him or did he call you? Answer: I didn't call him. Question: did you text him? Answer: I sent a message saying Happy New Year to a lot of my friends. Question: over text? Answer: yes.
Thank you, sir. You can continue with it.
I'm going to assist you in preparing your business statements for the UK litigation. Did you exchange drafts of those statements with Mr. Walker?
No.
Who did you send those drafts to? Is every word in those witness statements words that you drafted?
Yes.
Did anyone provide edits to those witness statements for your consideration?
I'm very good at my own editing, I can assure you.
That didn't answer my question. Did anyone else provide edits to those witness statements for you? Now, you've spoken with Mr. Depp since he and Amber got divorced, correct?
Correct.
When was the last time you spoke with him? You can answer.
I don't recall.
Was it within the past year?
No.
In any day prior to today, if you exchanged text messages with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
When was the last time approximately that you exchanged text messages with Mr. Depp?
I would say 2016. Oh, yeah, I think 2016, but it's a long time ago.
When was the last time you spoke with Amber Heard?
I don't recall.
Was it shortly after your employment with her ended in 2015?
No,
Was it after that?
no,
Have you spoken with her to the best of your recollection or communicated with her in any way in the past, say, 5 years?
no.
When were you hired by Ms. Heard?
In 2012,
How did you meet her?
her sister put an ad through, a recruitment system I use in my field.
Take me through the chronology of, well, let me ask it this way. When did would you describe your work for Ms. Heard as a personal assistant? Is that what you call your job title?
Yes,
When did you first start working as a personal assistant?
in 1999.
For how many people have you served as a personal assistant?
Maybe 6.
Since you left Ms. Heard's employment in 2015, for how many people have you served as a personal assistant?
One, some person I work for to this day. I've been looking for 6.5 years.
Ms. James, have you had any other jobs since, other than this personal assistant job, since you left Ms. Heard's employment?
No,
Your work for Ms. Heard was it part-time or full-time?
it started at about 10.
When did you change from part-time to full-time?
I don't recall.
What were your job duties?
Too many to mention.
Give me your best summary of what your job duties were, please.
Is this relevant? Okay, so let's see. I mean, if you are ready for a really, really long time of me explaining all of the details, that's fine. It's everything you could possibly do to run someone's life, okay? So it is grocery shopping, it is taking care of admin, it is running errands, it is getting the car fixed, it is getting the dogs groomed, it is picking up flowers, it is dealing with the decorator, it is dealing with the housekeeper, it is going on and on and on and on, and it goes on every single day. Arranging travel, dealing with all of the surplus staff around the travel, booking all the greeters, dealing with the changing of travel, okay, liaising with people that she's working with on films, updating her calendar accordingly, liaising with the people on set every single day to update her calendar to ensure that she knows what scene she's doing each day, what her call time is, or every day it's something different. And it's a myriad of things that go across the board daily.
You were paid for that work, correct?
Very poorly.
What were you paid? Was it $1,500 a week to start?
No, I wish. My God. No, it was not. She paid me $25 an hour to start off with, and she finally agreed after screening abuse of me that she would pay me $50,000 a year once I went to full time. And this was after me working for well over 10 years as a personal assistant. So it was very insulting to me, but I did it anyway because I had grandfathered in the ability to pick up my son from school and bring him to work with me at 3 o'clock.
And you could have left Ms. Heard's employment at any time, correct?
Yes.
you were based in Los Angeles when you were providing personal assistant services to Ms. Heard, right?
I have always lived in Los Angeles since 1999.
So you didn't travel with Ms. Heard when she was out of town, correct?
That was another part of our agreement that I wouldn't travel with her because of my child.
And she was out of town quite a bit, right?
Not really.
Not really? How many weeks a year would you estimate Ms. Heard was out of town while you worked for her?
Well, you're talking almost 10 years ago, so I can't tell.
She seems like a bitch just like freaking Amber.
But when she was out of town, you wouldn't see, you never traveled with her, right?
No.
How much did you see Mr. Depp over the course of your employment with Ms. Heard?
Regularly.
How many times? Well, obviously you didn't see him when he was out of town, right?
No.
When he was in town, would you see him daily, weekly, monthly, or what would you estimate?
There was no rhyme or reason to answer that question.
Now, you never witnessed any violence between Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp, right?
No.
And Ms. Heard never told you that she had been to Mr. Depp, correct?
No.
You had knowledge that Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp had arguments, correct?
No.
Ms. Heard never told you that she and Mr. Depp had arguments?
Occasionally she'd send a text message complaining about her mental state, but it was never clear exactly what was going on.
So you never,
It was I remember she would text me complaining about her mental state, and that was about it. I don't have any of the text messages, so it's hard to remember.
do you recall hearing anything about an alleged incident between Amber and Johnny on a flight from Boston to LA around this time frame?
Like I said, I remember that day very well.
And to follow up on that, I'm not asking just about what Amber may have told you. I'm just trying to drill down generally to what you may have heard, whether from Amber or Johnny or anyone about that. Does that make sense? So can you tell us, what do you remember hearing about that flight, or what happened or didn't happen on that flight from Boston to LA?
Don't know.
Sitting here today, you don't remember anything that you heard about that?
I don't know. I wasn't on the plane. I just know what happened afterwards. Okay? When she asked me to meet
She's
her.
such a
Did you think
bitch.
to ask her if she was okay?
You know, I
But she
probably
couldn't
just
be
let her
bothered.
go to play a caregiver. That's all I can imagine.
So what do you remember about this day that you alluded to earlier?
Mostly my surprise that they went to the Chateau Marmont, because Amber had an apartment of her own in West Hollywood that was like completely set up and available to her. So that was my biggest confusion. Like, why did she go to the Chateau? And then she asked me to get her bathing suit. I remember that. So I had to go to her apartment to get her bathing suit, which again seems strange to me. And then what also seemed strange is when I got there, she had a bunch of friends with her, and originally I thought she was alone.
Did, when you refer to Amber's apartment, are you referring to the apartment on Orange Avenue?
Yeah.
And isn't it true that Mr. Depp would spend time in that apartment with Amber time to time, correct?
Well, I don't really know what the question was in relation to, but he wasn't there at that time. That's what you're referring to.
Yeah, no, that's not my question. My question was just, over the course of your employment, you have knowledge of Mr. Depp spending time at that Orange Avenue apartment, right?
And there, and that his residences are very much different.
Were you concerned about Miss Heard and her well-being on this day?
No, because it had become a pattern with her, and so I was really placating her, I would say, and especially when I saw she was there with about 4 or 5 girlfriends, and basically having fun, enjoying each other down by the pool. That's where she would have sort of sit, and then they proceeded to hang all day drinking while I sat around waiting. With my son, actually, I think it was a Sunday that day, I remember. We had to wait all day and while they just hung around drinking.
Alcohol does not work with Amber.
And finally I went home. And finally she went back to her
Apparently.
apartment.
Turns her
And
into
then
a
she wanted
bitch.
me to go back and pack her bag for her at about 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. And I said I couldn't go. By that point, I'd already spent the whole day sitting there. So I said I couldn't go and pack her bag because I'd already put my son to bed, and she was very angry about that. And,
Okay, so when you asked her if she was okay, you didn't actually care if she was okay. You said you were just placating her, right?
Oh, she seems like a bitch, this woman.
She was a very dramatic person.
So you didn't actually think that there was anything that Amber was actually upset, correct?
As I said, it just didn't make sense that she went to the chateau and should have gone home. That was the first red flag to me that day.
So you came to the conclusion that day that she actually wasn't upset. Is that what you're saying?
It's too much, and I really was at once.
What I'm asking is that did you come to the conclusion that there was nothing wrong with Miss Heard that day and that she wasn't actually upset?
It's such a strange question. Like I said, you already asked me and I already answered.
Just answer the questions.
I'm asking you to answer it again. I don't think I asked you
Yeah,
exactly the
exactly.
question, but do your best, please.
Could you ask me the question in a different way or a clearer way that is not exactly the same as the last question you asked me?
What's
You
the
said that
difference?
day that Miss Heard had
Oh my God, this
experienced
woman.
anything traumatic.
Over the course of the day, I observed Miss Heard enjoying the company of her friends for several hours. That's all I have to say on that matter.
And would it be odd for someone who's experienced trauma to want to be around friends? To you?
Yeah, I don't know.
So in any event, you said you sat around at the Chateau Marmont, is that right?
Yes, while she was deciding what to do.
Now you were being paid for that time, correct?
Not overtime, it was a Sunday. I was not being paid, no.
Did you avail yourself of anything at the hotel? Like, did you order any food?
No.
Did you
I might
order?
have ordered some food for my son, actually, to be honest. Now I think about it, because he was only little at the time. I think he was, 5 or something. So I might have ordered food for my son. I'm not a big eater. Food is not a big priority for me.
Would you put that on Miss Heard's tab that day?
Everything was on Deb's tab that day, so no.
On Johnny's tab?
Yes.
Let's bring up the document entitled, or that ends in 6151, please. When she wrote, "I love you," and you wrote, "Love you too, hon, won't be long, X." Was that just placating Miss Heard?
A friendly text exchange in my role of work.
Were you trying to be supportive at all, or just placating her?
A bit of both, I guess.
Did you have any concern whatsoever about Miss Heard's well-being that day?
No.
When was the first time you remember Miss Heard telling you that all wasn't right in the relationship between her and Mr. Depp?
I don't recall exactly when it started, but it was usually her complaining and crying.
Because Johnny is a man than me. I want my way.
relationship more than anything else. She would be very, very insecure all the time, and she would call me up crying. I remember one time she called me when she was alone in New York City, and she was crying, walking around the street, crying. And he wasn't there. She was alone, but I said to her that she needed to go inside because I was worried that the paparazzi might take a photo of her, and she was in a very dysregulated state. And so, just out of kindness, I said to her, it's better if she went inside rather than walking around crying in public. I remember that, but I don't remember exactly when that was. It might have been 2012 or 2013. As the job went on, we called each other less and less and did mostly text messaging. It was all text messaging we did.
Did you ever believe that Mr. mistreated her? So, and why not?
Just never any evidence of it at all. I was there almost daily in both her place and then eventually at his place in West Hollywood, and then ultimately at the lofts downtown. It was a daily basis experience, morning, night, all days of the week. So, I never once saw any evidence of anything.
Did Miss Hurd ever tell you that Johnny had hit her?
No.
Did she ever tell you that Johnny had pulled her hair or pushed her?
No.
Let me ask it a little bit differently. You never believed Miss Hurd that Mr. Depp had mistreated her. Is that correct?
At the time or after? I never believed it. In what context are you talking about? During my employ or afterward?
During your
No, never. And there was never any damage to the apartment that I witnessed. There was never any aftermath of anything ever that I ever saw.
Now, you, of course, have no personal knowledge one way or the other whether Johnny was abusive to her, correct?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because if it was true, I would have seen the damage, even if I wasn't physically present in the moment of these alleged arguments.
Didn't hurt your face, Amber.
Well, if someone's been beaten, there's generally physical evidence.
So your testimony is that if there was no physical evidence that you observed, then it couldn't have happened. Domestic violence by Johnny toward Amber. Is that your testimony?
No.
Well, I'm trying to understand what your testimony is. Maybe you could clarify for me, Ms. James. Is your testimony that you never saw firsthand evidence of Johnny being violent to Amber, that it couldn't have happened?
That's not what I said. So you're trying to put words into my mouth. I don't appreciate that.
Can you pull up the document that is, let me see. It's the DAC 11432, please.
Showing exhibit 4 on the screen.
So I'll direct your attention to the,
Okay.
this is the document first one found that it was fairly discreet. 1 minute.
All right. What's the number on it? Okay.
Sorry.
And that's defendant's 844? Okay, 844. Any objection to 844? All right, you want to approach them? If somebody has a copy of 844 for me. Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it. That's all right. Oh, we'll get it.
Where did the pen from? No idea where to find paint. Blue paint.
Box at the bottom. Do you see your name Kate in that the column label participants?
Yeah.
Is this a text message that you received from Mr. Depp on around August 13th, 2016.
Yes.
And it appears that he's responding to something that you had sent him, correct?
I don't know.
You see where he says, "Thank you,
It's
sweetheart"?
always, I don't know. I don't recall from her. And she hasn't fucking
He's
attitude
working
about
out
it.
to you, right?
It looks like there's someone else CC'd on this text, so it could feed it to that person. I honestly don't know. That's a good question.
All right, can you pause for a second? You already did. That's good.
Your Honor, I'd like to,
We'll switch to.
switch to her.
Okay, that's good. Not, no, no, not yet. Make sure it's set, right? Publish it. All right.
And Your Honor, with the stipulation, we'll prepare a redacted version to be entered into evidence that has other personal identifiers redacted. We'd ask for permission to admit this into evidence and publish to the jury.
The objections are noted, and we'll get your back to copy, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ready to resume with the video. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you see where he says, "We'll hit you when I get back, y'all. Come over for a spot of purple and we'll fix her flabby ass nice and good"?
Yeah.
Come over for a spot of purple means come over for a drink, right?
Okay.
That's what you understood it to mean, correct?
I don't know.
Christian, can you pull up the documents, labeled UK trial day 7 James testimony, please? Ms. James, you remember giving testimony in the trial meeting, right? And
The order in the
when
court.
you gave that testimony, you gave it under oath, correct? Lucian, can you please go to page 39 of the PDF? And can you please blow up the page that is labeled 1221? On line 7, Ms. James, am I reading this right? You're asked the question, and he is inviting you over for a spot of purple. What is that? Yes, is your answer. Question, what did you understand? Your answer, red wine, I imagine. See that? You remember giving that testimony? So is it your understanding that Mr. Depp is inviting you over for wine at some point after he split up in the story? Did you meet up with Mr. Depp for red wine around the time period of this text on August 13th, 2016?
I did pay something, but we did not do that.
Was anyone else present for that meeting?
No.
When he said, "Come over for a spot of purple and we'll fix her flabby ass," you understood him to be referring to Miss Hurt when he said, "We'll fix her flabby ass," correct?
It wasn't the biggest specialized, but he was referring to.
I'm not asking for you to speculate what he was referring to. I'm asking your understanding was that he was talking to Miss Hurt, correct? You can answer.
You know, so, I mean, this is the way the guys and so question is, it's just the way the guys, he wants to go stuff that.
Okay, Lucian, if you can just pull up the prior testimony that we just looked at. Ms. James, isn't it true that On line 12 of page 1221, you were asked the question, red line, and not only to come over for a spot of football, but to fix her flabby ass. That was about Miss Heard, was it not? And on line 14, you answered yes, yes. You see that?
Yes.
So you did understand this to be referring to Miss Heard, correct? I'm sorry, you said no?
Just trying to be agreeable in the court, having no clue what on earth is going on. So, there you go. I have no clue.
Was that answer in the court truthful or just agreeable?
Just being agreeable.
So it wasn't truthful? You can answer.
I don't have an answer for you, Mr. Whitman.
What did you and Mr. Beck talk about at that meeting that you recall?
I don't recall those names.
Just tell me generally everything you recall.
It's too bad, Mr. Whitman. I don't recall.
Do you recall anything? Or was it meeting?
Is that his resident? Sorry.
Yes, have you
What time of day? So you recall the time, you don't recall anything discussed?
No, I'm just saying, I know it was in the outbreak because it was outbreak with my son at school because my son had just been on the pool with the security guards watching him all and had a brief conversation because the that's when he raised
Did you talk about Miss Heard?
This time around, if we haven't.
Yeah, we
What
should.
did you discuss
I'm
about Miss Heard?
about 2 pounds of it.
Is he winning still?
Don't know.
Still early.
Well, I'm just a little confused because you just started.
The one person that works for both of them is acting like a bitch. I don't like her.
Everything you
I'm
know.
like,
So today just might not be the
might not be the bullshit, maybe she's being a bitch.
Connection between the
I don't
students
recall.
and these
She's constantly saying I don't recall.
So inevitably.
other people can recall earlier events, but this
That's
is the one person who can't recall anything.
Exactly.
Anything else about that?
Bitch.
She's she's acting like she doesn't even want to be part of this thing.
Well, this is something she has to do.
I know exactly.
What's your,
Bitch.
just describe generally your education? Please.
I completed high school and then I went right into becoming a veterinary nurse. When I went to school,
Yeah, let's go through her freaking history. Oh, I was a veterinary nurse. We don't give a shit.
This is a trial about Johnny and Amber, not about you.
So, you don't have any experience with, medical training for humans, right?
Who gives a shit?
I know, really.
And, you don't have any training in healthcare, correct?
Who? What? I give up. Give up. She's more lesser talking about herself than letting anybody else say, oh, wait, I know this about Johnny, I know this about Amber. No, has some relevance to the fucking case.
You don't have any training related to prescription.
This is no relevance to the case.
I know.
Asking what your training is and everything.
I know.
No relevance to what is going on with Johnny or with Amber at the moment. Who the fuck gives a...
And that was the training you received.
Who actually gives a flying fuck about what training she has? This isn't a trial about her.
You familiar with, Miss Heard, taking.
I need some relevance.
Yes.
You are not, you never served as a nurse or a doctor in this program. And you have, no medical knowledge,
Then what is she doing here if she never had any medical degree with Amber?
doctor's instructor, correct?
I know.
And you're not an expert on the interaction of prescription drugs and.
Many people would say, be saying,
Why
what
would
are
you
you doing here if you have no relevance to these two people?
And why are you asking her about prescription drugs and knowing about them and everything when she's not a doctor?
Either that or she's the one that's lying behind this case. Just to get out of it.
Did you, during the course of your employment, develop any personal knowledge of Mr. Depp's use of alcohol and drugs?
Well, so,
And what do you mean by not firsthand?
well, I worked with Amber, I did work with him.
Did you ever see Mr. Depp using illegal drugs?
No,
Come on.
Did you ever see Mr. Depp abuse alcohol?
no,
Did you ever speak with Dr. Tippett?
no,
Did you ever speak with Aaron Bourne?
yeah,
And Aaron Bourne was a nurse who worked for Dr. Tippett, right?
it was the time for Amber.
I'm sorry.
It's-
Sorry.
It was assigned to Amber, that's how I came to be speaking to her.
And she also provided medical services to Johnny, right?
I don't know.
What do you recall speaking to Aaron Bourne about?
Just random chit chat in the course of the day, nothing specific.
Do you recall ever forming any concern in your own mind about any of Mr. Depp's behavior in his relationship with Amber?
Never.
Nothing you heard, nothing you witnessed, nothing you saw there at the time of the episode ever gave you an inkling of concern about Mr. Depp's behavior toward Amber?
Never.
Now, you left your employment, or your employment with Amber ended in early 2015, correct?
Yeah, just after they came back from the wedding on the island.
Did Miss Heard terminate your employment?
When Miss Heard came back from the island, she informed me that she now needed to support her mother because her mother could no longer work after a diagnosis, a medical diagnosis, and she told me she could no longer afford to pay me since she had to support her mother, and therefore she would have to terminate my employment to support her.
Did you resent Miss Heard for that, for terminating your employment?
I would have been asked to have been given some notice, so I had some time to look around, so I was a little upset for the lack of notice. But apart from that, no, I was not upset.
Heard gave you 6 weeks of severance pay, correct?
I don't recall.
You want to stay in the job for Miss Heard?
Well, I did ask if I could have a few months heads up so I could seek another job that would suit the terms of my employment, but she did not allow that.
And that made you angry, correct?
No,
Did you ask to be put on Mr. Depp's payroll so that you could remain being paid by
The
Mr.
fuck how I
Depp?
answer you.
well, when she said she couldn't afford, I said, now you're married, couldn't I go into Deck's payroll? And she said, no, it was part of a legal agreement they had, that she was not allowed to do that. I don't know whether that was true or not.
You ever asked Mr. Depp whether you could go on his payroll?
No,
Isn't it true that you asked to live in one of Mr. Depp's houses rent-free for a period of time after your employment?
well, you see, I'm a homeowner, but I want to be clear. I didn't want to miss a mortgage payment due to unemployment. So my idea is perhaps I could find an alternate accommodation in order to rent out my house so I don't lose my entire property. I'm a homeowner. Keeping my home and my payments up to date is the paramount importance to me.
Isn't it true that you had already skipped about a year and a half of mortgage payments on your home during the time you were employed by Mr. Depp?
No.
Let's pull up the document ending in ALH 5858, please.
Top exhibit 11 on the screen.
Yeah, I think you've read everything. So if you're ready to re-ask questions, my first question is this an email exchange between you and Amber related they should do it.
Yeah, this is the email I received when she's nominated me.
And then the emails affected in this document are some of which are duplicated, an email exchange that you had with Amber after you received the termination.
Yeah, when I woke up that morning.
Can you go to the first page, please? Isn't it true that Ms. Hurd did pay you 6 extra weeks of pay after your termination?
She's stating that, but I don't recall if it actually happened or not.
You don't have personal knowledge.
You don't know if she paid you or not? Do you pay attention to your own bills?
Isn't it true that you
Do you actually pay attention to your own bills?
Yes, I had one of those balloon mortgages, so I had to go through a loan modification, and I recall now that that's why I was able to.
Oh, I recall
work for
now.
Such a small amount of money than what I normally made. It was sort of a favor almost.
What was the favor?
It worked for her for like half my usual paycheck, basically.
So you were doing Amber a favor?
Yes, because initially it was described as a part-time, 20-hour-a-week thing with flexibility and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I thought it's not really in my caliber, but my son was only 4 at the time, so it seemed like a good idea, especially because I wasn't paying my mortgage, so I could take the hit by getting less pay than I would normally make. And that way I could also have the time with my son that I wanted.
And I think the answer to this is no, right? I want to be clear. You're not blaming Amber for not paying your mortgage, right?
No, that was my choice. It was the only way I could get a loan modification. Was the way it worked. But you know the 2008 crash, that's how it worked back then. If you wanted to save property. Right?
And you started working for Amber in 2005, right?
Yes, it took a long time with the modification process.
And you're not blaming Amber for getting a credit card with 29% interest, are you? You see in your email on that first page, about 2/3 the way down, you say, I borrowed from my mom my tenant security deposit, and now I have used up a credit card who says it has 29% interest.
Well, it's my choice.
Did you have tenants in your property at that time?
I have a duplex. I'm just trying. In that time, yes, I had tenants in one house and I was living in the other.
Did you use the tenant security deposit for personal expenses?
I don't know.
Love you.
Do you see where you say I borrowed from my mom my tenant security deposit?
She first claims that she did not recall her if Amber paid her paycheck.
It's too long ago. For me
Come
to
on.
actually happened.
How could you not?
She's avoiding.
Exactly.
Oh, I can't remember. Other people can remember better than you.
People can remember if you get paid, especially when you need it for your freaking mortgage, for your duplex.
And 2, the court gives you evidence, so make sure you remember what happened that specific day.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, them getting this witness is the worst thing imaginable. Because they're not going to get any answers from this bitch.
This girl is on supposed to be. They're questioning.
This is supposed to be Amber saying, yeah, she's not cooperating.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which means Amber paid her to stay silent.
And
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, seriously. Why
That's
would
cute.
this... Yeah, he's cute. But Mom, think about it. Why would she stay silent, claiming she doesn't remember, unless she was paid by Amber?
Not to say anything.
Because it would prove that Amber Heard is guilty as shit.
Exactly.
And she knew, and Amber knew she lost the last case. So,
Did you put cheese on it?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Yes.
It's there.
Just wondering.
Yes.
That wasn't true. But actually, back
Mhm.
didn't like her.
And I
We
grew up
haven't
with
had any close relationship.
I can't eat until 12.
Why?
because that's lunchtime.
And at that point
If
in
you're
time,
hungry now, eat now.
well, since your termination, you've had nothing but.
Jeez, don't starve
secret
yourself.
research, correct?
Not
I
starving
actually
myself.
did
I'll eat
take a
eventually.
PO box about 3 months after, and she was in her Range Rover, and I saw her sister, and she said, "Come say hi to Amber." And I went back there, and I was going to say hi, but she was on the
Off
phone. and
chance
she
of a
was
little
saying,
win.
"Right," but then I had to go. That's the end of it. So,
It's nice out.
Things happen, life goes on.
I understand you're a personal assistant, Ms. James. What type of people do you work for?
High-profile celebrities.
Are they celebrities in the entertainment industry?
Yes.
That's it.
Sometimes they testify that in large
Why ask that question? Are your clients celebrities? Yeah.
Yes.
In the entertainment business? No shit, yeah.
In total, how long did you
I would have
work?
been like, no shit, yeah. If they're
Almost
celebrities, they're in the entertainment business.
At the time you were hired in March of 2012, had you ever heard of Mr.
And to what relevance does that have to the case?
Exactly.
I would have been like, I object. This question is irrelevant to the case between Amber Heard and this celebrity.
When did that transition happen?
Because,
I don't recall.
God damn it. What does that question have to do with her and Amber seeing each other or seeing what she looked like that day to prove Johnny's guiltiness?
Yeah, no, they should be asking her, okay, have you seen her with bruises? Did she come to you with bruises? Did she?
Told
Tell-
you because she said she had bruises or cuts or anything like that. And did you tell her that she
Did she seem fearful around Johnny?
did she seem fearful when calling you or coming into the office? You know?
Exactly.
Here's another question that could be relevant to the case. Did Amber Heard actually have cuts all over herself, and did you tell her to conceal it with makeup?
Exactly. Were you the one that put the makeup on?
Yeah. Were you the one that recommended the makeup? Were you the one that put it on? No, that's more relevant. Those are questions that are more relevant to what this case is actually talking about. These questions have no relevance.
No.
What does it matter if she has celebrity clients?
I know.
Did you see Miss Heard on the weekends as well?
Yes.
When you would see Miss Heard in person,
See,
wasn't it
You see, she does remember. She just doesn't want to say.
No, I would arrive whenever it was necessary to bring stuff that I picked up on errands or whatnot. There was no given.
This has been going since, it's 4:08, 4:09 p.m.
Where she's at.
Yeah.
Where
is she
anyway?
I have no idea.
Sometimes she was at Orange, sometimes she was at one of Johnny's houses in Sweetser, and then eventually they all moved.
Because this is a video call.
Downtown.
And two, why aren't they giving any evidence for her to remember in case, just in case they could get information out of her?
She does have the evidence. She has a tablet in front of her.
Well, she's not looking at it.
And writing packages and liaising with agents.
No, you just don't want to say anything bad about your poor dear Amber Heard.
Looking at restaurant reservations, dealing with
If you did,
vendors on the property.
it would have been poor and tragic for Amber Heard. She would be behind bars for lying and for claiming these charges and for domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's not just domestic abuse charges that she'll have on top of her. She'll have perjury on top of it.
Not perjury. She'll have freaking false.
That's
false
technically what perjury is lying under oath. And she had been lying under oath for so long. Just so she could get Johnny locked up, and so she can take it all.
Old information, I would go approximately.
I'm sorry, but when you lie under oath,
magazines, and that was featured
you go to jail.
Johnny, if Johnny sees this, go look up Christopher Titus. Or even look up his comedy special.
Because he talked about the case, and this case And his case seems eerily familiar to yours.
The one comedy special I want you to look up is Love is Evil. Not evil as in EVIL, but evil as EVOL.
Because it's supposed to be love backwards.
Yeah.
Screaming, yelling, abuse.
And he talks about this exact same thing that happened to him. And he went through it.
But it was more or less because she was seeing 2 other guys.
And doesn't that sound like Amber? She was seeing Jane Franco and Elon Musk.
And how, she claimed that he put domestic charges on it. And looky, you had 2 children. He had 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
It
At
just
the
seems a
time.
little familiar between the two.
She was getting dressed for fitting.
His wife claimed domestic charges just so she could get it all.
Exactly.
Even though Christopher Titus even admitted that he would never do that. Just
Exactly.
like we know Johnny would never hit a woman.
She had no issue with her.
And they even tried to go on the claim of drugs too with Christopher Titus as well. So both you and him were a lot alike in this one area alone.
Exactly. So I would suggest people looking up that comedy special and see how much likeness there is between Christopher Titus's divorce and this divorce. It's just more high profile. It's more high profile because of who Gotti is. But if you come down to the nitty gritty, it's about the same damn thing.
Yeah, and it has the same exact details that are going on with these 2 cases.
Exactly.
Except one didn't last that long and one is. Because one person's not giving up. Well, Christopher Titus' wife had said, okay, I give up.
Exactly. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
He previously testified to this, so sorry for asking you then. While you worked for Mr. Did you ever see any types of injuries on her?
I still say that there are some details that are just way too similar to this case and
Did you
his
see any
case.
bruises?
No.
Did you see swelling?
No.
Redness in her face?
No.
How about Miss Heard having black eyes?
Never.
A broken nose?
Never.
Missing hair clumps? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Miss James.
Never.
In your face, Amber!
And this is supposed to be going on Amber's side.
Yeah. And look at her. She can't even walk again.
Like,
She
I'm
can't even
losing
look.
badly, and this is my side of the case. I am fucked.
She's looking like little Heidi, Princess Leia going to a funeral. Tell me she don't.
I'm sorry, but when a woman can't even look at her own side of the court and recognize that she's been lying to this court for very long, and Johnny's just taking a sip,
Step up, Starbucks!
saying this case is going to be as quick as the sex I have with her.
I know, really. This is some hot tea.
I am winning this, and this is supposed to be her side. Because I swear Johnny's thinking in his head, this is my side, and I am winning.
Exactly. It's about the fact that she said that he was abusing her. This is what this case is all about. And since
Divorce would have been
and there's now 2 people who
Mom, lower the voice.
now there's 2 people claiming they did not see any freaking physical abuse on Amber at any point in time. Like he said she. So it's not looking good right now.
Towards
Exactly.
Well, towards Shorty, he's probably thinking, "My, am I gonna win this case faster than her sex with any other guy?"
I know, right?
She told me she didn't like
Close the door.
hanging out in his house with his friends because it was boring and they were all old men playing guitars and it wasn't interesting to her.
Saw the smirk. Saw the smirk.
He's smiling. You see it.
He had to smile.
Sometimes he has a hide that he's smiling, but you see him smirk all the time when he knows he's gonna win this.
Exactly. When certain things come his way, he's like, aha, in your face, bitch.
This is proving that you've been lying this entire time, and I'm finally getting you. How's it feel, bitch?
I know, really.
What did she tell you?
Because
She told me she's dating Johnny Depp.
Do you recall the first time you met Mr. Depp?
Yes,
When was that?
it was in her apartment on Orange. Probably shortly after she told me she was dating him. He was standing in the dining room.
And approximately
And if he
when
was an
that?
abusive asshole, the abuse would have
I
been.
would say April or May of 2020.
What was your impression of Mr. Depp?
He was very peaceful, very calm, almost shy. And
that's the second person
person
that
that
said
that!
that.
I remember he was wearing red suede shoes because I didn't know where else to look. I looked at his shoes.
And then on top of it, if you're dating someone who's an abusive asshole, he would be abusive during the dating phase.
Did you ever
Yeah,
witness
and he
Mr.
would.
Depp?
Other people would see it.
Exactly.
Such a gentleman. He's very
And he would.
Gentlemen!
Thank you!
Did you ever see Mr. Depp lose his cool?
No.
Did you ever see him
No.
scream at anyone?
No. Loyal as fuck guy right there.
He is my god.
In a video.
In your presence, did you ever see Mr. Depp break something intentional?
Never break anything, never throw anything, always completely passive.
In your face, Amber. Number 2!
This is like a big fuck you to Amber Heard, saying your lives are finally catching up to you, aren't they, bitch? This is karma. Big karma.
Exactly.
To work with you? How often?
Quite often, if I had to keep working, I would bring him right there after school. And if I had to work on the weekends, he would come with me then.
And he would babysit her kids.
Did Depp ever interact with your son?
Yes, he was very kind.
He would babysit this woman's kids when she needed to.
How often did Mr. Depp interact with your son?
Whenever they were in each other's presence.
Can you give me an estimate of how often that happened?
Oh, countless times. And he would even teach him how to play guitar. He brought him back.
Yeah, the guy who plays guitar is the one who's abusive.
Exactly. Do you see her saying this?
Girl,
happened
this
with
is-
Amber? Did Amber offer to babysit?
Nope, never. I'm sorry, but we always have to laugh and shriek like little girls because seeing him smile is the best.
Exactly.
And knowing that he's winning is making us feel better.
He's what?
Fair to say you were around.
Because this is showing all the other courts who didn't do their research during this whole entire phase.
Overseas? They didn't do this shit.
See? This
And I wouldn't be surprised if Amber slept her way in those court cases.
See, she's trying to avoid everything. She's not trying to.
She's not even really listening.
Yeah.
She's looking around not wanting to pay attention. And what the fuck is she drinking?
Lemonade.
Lemonade out of a Fiji bottle?
Yeah, you can do that.
Ugh.
It's called flavored water for a reason. You can buy a flavoring.
Fiji don't come in lemonade.
Yeah, buy flavoring for flavoring packets.
Do you think that Mr. Depp was smothering of Miss Heard?
Oh,
Oh no.
Did it appear to you that Mr. Depp was jealous of Miss Heard?
no.
Every celebrity is finally saying, hell yes, we're finally getting to Amber Heard. We're cracking her down.
By yourself?
Sometimes, yeah.
What were those
And Warner Brothers should look at this and say,
We fucked up.
We fired the wrong person.
Exactly. We're
Instead
sorry,
of
Johnny.
Instead of
No, Johnny has every right to tell Disney and all the movie studios.
No, Disney brought him back. Disney brought him back. It's just
And he
Warner
told-
Brothers.
And he told them, fuck you. He had every right to.
But Disney brought him back. It's just Warner Brothers he should say fuck you to because you guys made a big mistake. Because look at these cases. Hasn't been proven yet that she's innocent. No. And look at your Fantastic Little Beast third movie. It's sucking ass compared to everyone.
Exactly.
Did you ever see either of them being physically?
I mean, seriously, compared to Morbius and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Sonic the Hedgehog movie is kicking both Morbius and
Did you ever see any
and the Secrets of Dumbledore's ass right now, from what I hear on the internet.
Did you ever see any property damage at Mr. Depp's primary residence on Sweetser?
No.
Did you ever see any property damage at the lofts or the penthouses at the Eastern Columbia building?
No, never.
Over the 3-year period in which you worked for Ms. Heard, did you ever hear from anyone that Mr. Depp or Ms. Heard had been in physical altercation?
No.
Those
If
are
you
like
were-
music to my word.
If you're in an abusive relationship, people would know. The close circle would know. And she's part of the close circle.
No.
Let's break that down a bit. You say she was verbally abusive to you regularly.
She was verbally abusive to her.
Explain to me how she was verbally abusive to you.
Screaming over the phone. She screamed at me once in person, multiple times screaming.
That's where God has awakened and
Garages of abuse.
is finally saying, "Go to hell.
Day and night.
You are going to burn in hell for your sin for charging a saint
Between 2 and 4 a.m.
with
the garage was
freaking
where I wake up to.
domestic
All
abuse charges."
incoherent, not really making sense.
So let's just say it.
To lash out at.
Find a way to come back on those lies. I'm gonna stab you right back in the ass.
Say that you observed Miss Heard be verbally abusive to her sister.
Yes.
What do you recall about that?
It was
I bet the
This is
murderers
just
got
tripping
him.
at her character, man.
I bet the court's gonna say you're on, or the jury's gonna say you're on.
Yeah. Her poor sister was treated like a dog that he kicked, basically.
You previously testified that Miss Heard, you observed Miss Heard be verbally abusive to her mother. What specifically did you observe?
Well, there is a video line where you can see her being abusive first and foremost, so it's not even based on
I
that.
bet Amber Heard's one like,
I've seen the interactions between the two of them.
I'm not here right now, am I?
She is definitely a blonde because she did not look forward into the future as to what
What's going to
footage
happen?
that people have on her. What dirt?
Yeah, we have more dirt on Amber than we ever did on Johnny. We chose that one is a patron saint, the other is the devil.
Exactly.
Amber Heard's the devil, Johnny Depp the saint. We're gonna be here all 5 weeks. Finally hearing the magical words. Johnny, on the first account of domestic abuse, how
You're
do you,
innocent.
how do you plead? We find Johnny Depp of first degree domestic abuse
Innocent.
not guilty.
Say. Look, she's not even paying attention, and she has a fucking attitude problem right there. Because she's a look, the fucking mannerism changed in her.
Yeah. Over the ocean, she was proud. She felt like she was gonna win this, but when she came back over to America, we did our evidence,
We do our research.
and now
We
she
ask
has
every
the
single
fucking
question.
and now she has the fucking attitude.
Mm-hmm. She knows she wants going down in flames right now.
UK must have been sucking her little twat and claimed her to be not guilty and that Johnny was guilty, giving every studio the chance to say, Johnny, you're fired. Amber, please love us. Well, now in the United States, and we're doing all this research and finding more dirt on her, probably Warner Brothers will be like, ooh, we made a bad call. Well, Disney's riding on top saying, we made a good call by hiring him back.
I know, really. Everyone, even the clone company or whatever, stood by him.
We made him.
Oh, why do you have that smirk? You are losing!
Yes, I do.
I get her in a back alley. Please let me have her in a back alley.
Yeah, because I would have a gun and go, well, you're saved.
I'll show her what abuse is. Because I've been through it.
So have I.
And let me tell you, I know the first freaking inkling of abuse. And they don't start waiting until they are married to you.
You're Satan raised on top coals.
They will start to try and control you. They will tell you how to dress, what to say, how to act around people. If you don't, you will get hit.
Well, I hope she gets raped in prison because that's where she's going to go.
I was sexually assaulted and raped. And tell you, her reasonings for what happened during those times does not sound like Johnny's character.
Johnny would never do those shit. To take a kind and caring man's feelings and turn them into something.
I mean, my brother, on the other hand, is different. This is why I keep saying, hey, Amber, I got another boy toy for you. Go to my brother.
And he'll kill you within 5 seconds.
I would love to see the domestic abuse between the two of you. Because both of you are molded from the same mold. I'm telling you, she's the female Alfie. I'm telling you.
Any other prescription drugs they remember picking up from her?
Accutane.
The fuck is she eating?
Any others?
She's on prescription drugs as well, so which means
one shouldn't be rubbing the other, dearie.
Has her ever stopped taking Provigil or Accutane while you were working for her?
No.
Oh, she is so like my brother. I
Did Mrs.
swear to
Stewart tell you
God.
that she was experiencing any side effects from Provigil?
She didn't
That's where I
say
think this
that
is my
she-
brother's soulmate. His twin soul right here.
Johnny's probably saying, you're going to get so fucked, bitch, that you're going to end up in American prison.
Side effects from Accutane.
No.
You previously testified that you observed Ms. Heard having certain side effects from Provigil. Yes?
Yes.
What side effects did you observe Ms. Heard exhibiting?
Manic episodes.
Music.
Can you
To our
define
ears.
manic episodes?
Similar to if someone was on some sort of amphetamine drug.
So how do you know she didn't drug Johnny? You know what I'm saying? To make him act like that.
Because she was certainly a druggie, so
Yeah. Oh my God, she's the one with the drug problem.
Johnny got off of his drug problems.
He got help. Did this bitch? No.
She never got help.
Tell you that she had ingested illegal drugs?
Yes.
That she had ingested illegal drugs?
Sporadically here and there.
You know she's going to say she's the first to die.
I swear she's my brother.
Did you think, because you can see it in her face that she's planning on ways of killing her.
Yeah, exactly.
If you remember, how many times did Ms. Heard tell you that she had ingested illegal drugs?
I can't remember.
That many? That many? Which you can't remember? Damn, Amber! You were a cokehead, man!
Yes.
How many times?
I don't know.
Less than 5?
So long ago, it's hard for me to remember.
Why did you Why did it appear to you that Miss Heard was under the influence of illegal drugs?
Disoriented, partying with friends, lots of heavy drinking, laughing, dancing, playing, all the sorts of things that go hand in hand with imbibing drugs.
He used to party like Amber, but he got help.
He got help and he went and became a father.
Yeah.
Yes.
A fatherly type who never did drugs anymore. And only took them whenever he needed. And he used it by what the
Did she
doctor
get help?
said.
Did she get help? No, she I wouldn't be surprised if she's tripping on acid now.
Maybe that's what Johnny saw. Maybe he got tired of her using drugs and asked her for help, and she
Refused, and that's what caused the fight.
maybe,
And then
maybe that's
and
what
then-
caused all the other fights, because he saw that she was taking drugs, and he just wanted her to get help.
And she just liked to cause fights and everything because of her being so drugged up. And
And
you know what I'm
wanting
saying?
to cause more trouble than it's worth.
Did anyone help you write your witness statement?
Shillings over in the UK helped me with the first draft, and then I took over and completely edited it to be my own words. That was after
I wouldn't trust it.
conversation.
I wouldn't trust it.
They jotted down notes, sent me some
Which
basic
means that
notes
everything
to
she's
go
saying
through.
tonight, if you don't trust it, would be null and void.
How long did it take you to write your witness statement?
Which means
About
everything about Amber
3 or
Heard
4
would be null
months.
and void. Every evidence used against her.
Did you feel you had an adequate amount of time to prepare and write your witness statement?
Yes, I was very proud with the outcome of how I wrote it because it was all my words and it was the absolute truth.
And did you have enough time to review your witness statement for accuracy before you signed it?
Yes.
Was everything that was in your witness statement true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And is that still true today? Ms. Dania, please have you pull up death exhibit number 4, please.
Can I use that exhibit on the phone screen?
I wonder what she's saying. I want to know what she's saying.
Well, you can't.
James, do you remember receiving an email from Ms. Heard on or about February 12th, 2015?
I don't even believe I was still working at the date.
Do you remember receiving this email in particular from February 12th, 2015?
Again, I don't, as far as I know, I wasn't even working for her at that time, so I wouldn't even know why she wrote this letter to me from the phone.
Do you remember
Server was updated.
Mm.
Can you please pull up exhibit number 5?
Camera. Find that exhibit on file screen.
Lucy, I'm going to ask you to. There you go. You read my mind. Lucy, may I either take control or have you scroll down to the bottom?
What?
The way these emails tend to
What?
work is they start at the bottom and then go up.
Keep doing that.
And this one is
Feels
no
good.
exception. So I'm going to, for your ease, I'm gonna have you read the bottom email first, since it's the first one in the chain, dated February 3rd, 2015.
That felt good.
Looks like she was traveling straight to London after the wedding. That's what I'm reading.
Do you remember, actually, you know what, why don't you read this entire email chain, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions about it.
Yes, so
Amber? What the hell was that?
that's the computer.
Oh, no.
You help me, oh no, no, it's another note, it's being finicky.
You have control of this.
I do have control. Sorry, Miss James.
I can go a bit more now. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember receiving any emails from Miss Heard?
Not really, no. No.
Do you see where Miss Heard on February 4th, 2015 writes in all caps, "Are there no direct flights?" Question mark, exclamation. I'm just pointing her to the top email, Mr. Ronborn. Do you see where Miss Heard writes to you, "Are there no direct flights?" in all caps?
Yeah.
You would agree with me that nowhere else in this email chain Miss Heard uses all caps just to write to you, correct?
No, there's not. She seems very confused. That's all I can say. When I'm reading through this, she just seems to be very confused. And the thing is, like if that question were to be directed to anyone, it should have been to the travel agent, not me. I mean, I'm not the travel agent. The travel agent was down there in the beginning. Trudy Sullivan.
Directing your attention, Ms. James, to May 2014, when you met Ms. Heard at the Chateau Marmont in Los Angeles, California. Do you remember your testimony about that incident? You testified previously that Ms. Heard asked you to bring a bathing suit to the hotel. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you see Ms. Heard wearing a bathing suit in May of 2014 at the Chateau Marmont?
Yes.
Based on your recollection, did you see any bruises on Ms. Heard's body?
No.
Did you see any red marks on Ms. Heard's body?
No.
How would you describe the general atmosphere or mood of Ms. Heard and her friends at the Chateau Marmont?
Well, to be honest, it seemed a little conspiratorial to me. Yeah.
That's not a good word to say.
Too spiritual.
Like a strategy meeting or something, and combined with a group party. How to describe it? It was very confusing. Originally, I thought I was going over to some major emergency, but then something else completely different was going on that day.
What made you think something completely different was going on that day?
Well, because originally it made it seem like she was having this major emergency and she was completely alone and she needed me very badly to come as quickly as possible. But when I got there, she was surrounded. people. Savannah, Io, Tillet Wright, and Rocky specifically, Rick Hill Hamilton.
What was the second name you said? I got Rocky and
Io, Tillet Wright, it's the letter I, the letter O, Tillet Wright.
Did you observe Miss Heard showing what appeared to be injuries to any of her friends at the chateau that day?
No,
Did it appear to you that Miss Heard's friends were comforting her? How would you describe Miss Heard's friends' behavior?
friends hanging out together by the pool, having cocktails and spending the entire afternoon hanging around together.
Did you ever, learn information that made you believe that one of the reasons that their relationship between Johnny and Amber wasn't, as you described, perfect was because of Johnny's substance abuse?
I couldn't speculate on the details of their personal relationship.
You did testify earlier that one of the reasons you thought their relationship wasn't perfect was insecurity on Amber's part, though, right?
Yes,
So you developed an opinion that insecurity on Amber's part affected their relationship, but you did not develop an opinion that substance abuse or any actions by Johnny affected their relationship. Is that right?
that statement was based on communications directed to me from Amber, basically.
What communication specifically?
Expressing, exactly what I just stated. That she was sad, she didn't want to be away from him. Blah, 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 that's the.
He's so needy.
And
And
you
Daryl
believe
calls
that
me
those
needy.
statements were the reason that their relationship wasn't perfect?
It's not for me to speculate.
You would agree that because someone is insecure in a relationship does not mean that she deserves to be abused, correct?
I have no answer for you for that.
You would agree that even if someone acts quote unquote smothering in a relationship doesn't mean she deserves to be abused, correct?
I don't have an answer for you for that.
I would not answer
I don't have
those
any
because those are
questions.
just speculations. And speculations can't be answered in
All
court.
right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and
Because
take
look at
our
what it-
morning recess for 15 minutes. No outside research, do not talk about the case, right? Okay, thank you.
I bet Johnny's going, ha ha, I'm winning, ha ha, I'm winning, ha ha, I'm winning.
Yeah, really. Yes, I know.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break until noon. Is your next witness, all right, we're gonna set it up so it's all ready to go, next, okay. I really appreciate that. Okay, thank you. We'll be in recess
Because the next witness is gonna go towards Johnny more till. I'm sorry, but Amber Heard's not winning.
I know exactly.
This is kind of showing how UK is kind of maybe sorta